I probably will get kicked right in the face doing this, but poor sweetie doesn't even realize she got the dingleberry hanging on her. Jolene, why don't you go help her? It happens to all of the ladies at times, but I hope it doesn't happen to you, ladies. But if it does, I hope your friends will tell you about it before you go out and about romancing. Sweetie, I gotta go help your mama. And I'm gonna be pinned on both sides if I'm not careful, because if she starts kicking and you're sitting there with your horns bearing down on me, I'm in big trouble. Stop it. See, you're messing with me now. I'm trying to help your mother. I'll help mom from this side over here. Oh, I hope I can do this. It's just right there. Lester, can you do this? It's gonna hurt a little bit. It's gonna hurt a little bit, sweetie. Jolene, just help your mother. You could have done that by yourself with your little horn. You could have done that by yourself without having to make me get involved. You want me to leave mama alone? You want me to just leave your mama alone? Okay, that's your mama. Ladies, I hope you're nicer to your mamas than what Jolene is to hers. Hey folks, Lester here. Happy Friday to you all. Now, I'm not sure what day you'll see the video on, but it is Friday, our time, and we're at I'm a Survivor. We're gonna do a little walkabout today and say hi to all the babies, checking up on Gracie, and just doing what we do. Everything looks great around the property. I come up from mom and dad's side because we had Lex and Connor with us, so I'm not exactly sure what's down by the road, but from here, pond looks great. Geese are all doing what they do. Donkey Dan and Imogene out by the Memorial Garden. And anyway, y'all join us and let's walk around a little bit. Say hi to everyone. We're gonna check on Tilly, check on Sissy. Love all the babies. And then, like I said, we'll make our way out behind the barn and see how Gracie is doing. Today is the 4th. She had her calf on the 2nd. Yesterday she was fine, and I'm sure today she's even better. So you guys come with me, and we will catch you guys out behind the barn, huh? Well, there is Hope. And there's Pablo. It's very windy, my friends, and it might be difficult for you to be able to hear anything in all this wind. That happens sometimes. We can't control it. You guys already know that. But hi, boys. Hi, fellas. How's it going? Let's walk through here. There's the peafowl. They're looking pretty good. All of our turkeys are doing great. Oh my gosh, settle it down. I don't hear Nate. Where's Nate? How come I don't hear Nate? I see a lot of little... Oh, well, I wonder why he's being so quiet. Why are you being so quiet? Huh? What's the cat got your tongue? No, he's gonna wait until I talk about something important, and then he's gonna start doing what he does. Hello, Mr. Pablo. Everyone just loves you so much, and I'm one of those people. I am everyone. I'm part of the everyone group. Come here, Adam or Steve. Just don't be so... Okay, Adam or Steve, you'd be like that. All right, looky here. Well, there's old skinny girl, skinny butt. And there's Waylon, and they're looking pretty good. Don't you start, boy. In a way, I say don't start, but I kind of want him to start. I like when he starts. I like to scream, shut your pie hole, y'all. I just like to scream that. There's my girls. Hi, ladies. Hello. So what they've done over here is... All right, so you're alive. All right, so I've come into the Longhorn pasture. We've gotten quite a few questions lately, all similar in nature, but they're like, Lester, why would you continually have more Longhorns if you're in fact struggling for grass right now and possibly looking to move Longhorns to greener pastures? And so let me just say right quick that this particular herd of Longhorns was never our intention. This particular herd was never our intention. We were Jake was not doing well with Santoro, and so we brought him back over here. I began to look around, hoping to find a good forever home for him. He has just an amazing bloodline, but there is a little bit of a problem. And for anyone who's been watching the channel for a while, that problem is what dangles right there between his leg. There should be two of those, and we only count one. And my friends, listen, I'm not trying to be vulgar or crude or nasty or anything else, but ultimately, a Longhorn, any bull, any herd bull, breed bull, you need to make sure you can see the two. Because even though you're going to say, oh, Lester, I've known plenty of people or animals with only one, and they still produce just fine. That might be the case. That might be true. But people, especially when it comes to a purebred animal, they want to make sure they have everything intact and where it's supposed to be. And as of right now, of course, he's being modest and shy and not showing us anything. As of right now, we only have one that has dropped. And so I was unsuccessful in moving him along, which means he's too good of a bull to be sent off to an auction. We're not going to do that. I'm not going to have any of my bulls sent off to auction. It also would require a very expensive surgery, and they could surgically drop the second one, but we're not going to do that either. So instead, I just found a way to put him with a couple of ladies to keep him content, and we'll hold on to him for now. Now, listen, I have never said that he'll be a forever fixture here. I never said that, but he'll forever be here as long as he only has one testicle showing. And this is really hard to talk about. As of right now, Waylon is managing his friends just fine. Waylon is making sure that Santoro knows that this is his pasture and these are his ladies. And I even said today in my life that when all is said and done, Waylon's going to come out pretty good. I want y'all to think about something for a minute. Waylon will not only have these three ladies here, which is Pearl, Gracie, and Jolene. He will also eventually have Charlene, Ruby, and Danny. So he's going to come out real good when all is said and done. Now, he also has a very large pasture. Not this one, but we bought 11 acres in the back. And then we have an additional 5 acres right there behind it. So what he's going to get, in essence, is, let's just say, about 15 really good acres of grassland. And until Joanne tells me no, well, this is Joanne. Until Aunt Joanne tells me no, I also have access to this side pasture over here, which is about another 30 acres. So Waylon and his family will have a lot of room to move about. And what we will do is we will keep this herd intact. And boy, he's actually he's really showing out for Santoro. Santoro does not like that at all. So now the second half of that question is, why, Lester? At what point will you stop breeding and managing your Longhorns? And that is actually a wonderful question, because even though I don't talk a lot about it, everyone who knows me and knows my channel and have been following for a while know that I have always had an interest of a hobby farming interest. And I do know that eventually, whenever social media plays itself out, and it will, guys, this page will not be around forever. We are 5 years in to social media, but we know that we are on a gradual decline, which is very normal. Other channels pop up. I say it all the time, a lot better spoken, a lot better looking, a lot funnier and more entertaining channels will come along. And as that happens, and our page will slowly run its course and it will die out. It will be the Longhorns that I will resort back to be able to pay the bills around the farm. Now, the good thing about Longhorns is that you never have to worry about us loading them up and hauling them to an auction to be sold for slaughter. Longhorns are not that type of cow, guys. I've said this so many times that Longhorn they're not a beef producing animal. And so you don't see Longhorns being sent off to auction. Instead, they're mostly used for pasture maintenance. They're used for pasture maintenance, and they can end up helping you do work that you wouldn't want to do yourself. They will eat things that a lot of other cows will not eat. They are a very hardy cow have a high tolerance for the heat and drought. And an example of that is the fact that how good they look today, even despite the fact that it has not rained since May 13th. Now, there's been a couple of light rains here and there, but we've had no significant rain since May 13th, which has been almost 3 months. And these guys look great. So I'm very blessed to have gotten involved in Longhorns compared to other beef producing type cows. They are a pure breed, so the only ones who have not stayed true to the pure breeding would be my mistake in Ruby and Danny, but they'll never go anywhere. Danny and Ruby will never go anywhere, so we're not concerned about that. But everyone else has registered papers. They are all got a magnificent bloodline, and so what I have to do is, if we get to the point where we can, for sure we don't want any more males, so any bulls born will for sure be they'll be listed. They will be listed once they're about a year old, and then any females, once we get to our max, will also be listed. But in the meantime, we're going to keep our babies and do what we can to build up a herd large enough that I can maintain, and then we'll one day maintain us with our expenses and financial needs involving the farm. Is that hard for y'all to listen to? Is that hard for y'all to comprehend? Every farmer lives by a motto of, you feed your animals until they can feed you. And they don't always feed you with the actual processing of. They can also feed you with their calf production. They can feed you with their milk production. They can feed you with their sale if they end up going to live on another farm. And that's what we will do. So that is hard to talk about. So I imagine it's also hard to hear. But it's my long-term plan. It is my future. Longhorn Lester's was my dream of, giving Tex and Santana a better life, along with Carl and many of the other rescues. But Longhorn Lester's is its brand now. It is a brand, and it's a brand that is growing, and it's a brand that we're proud of, and it will be the brand that will live on even after social media has moved on. I do want to walk back real fast and make sure we check out both sides of Santoro. This left side, as you remember, the big old deep triangle is now gone. And so on the right side, we are also seeing that triangle shape is also gone. So we know that he is in a whole lot better health now than what he was a couple of months back. One problem though is I put out fresh hay a couple of days ago, which would be their second roll of hay in as many weeks. And that hay has been pushed and shredded all over the ground. So he has the exact same problems as his daddy has in liking to destroy stuff. He just wants to tear everything up. Let's take a peep at Waylon right quick and just go over his overall health. Man, it was really a blessing to learn about that triangle in the back, because even though I've been around cows all of my life, that's something that I never knew about. Waylon looks amazing on the left side and right side. There is a small, you can see a small triangle shape on his right side. Of course, he's got the wrong side turned to me now. Could I look at your other side, little buddy? Could I see your other side? He ain't gonna show me. He is not gonna show me for anything. He's fine, looking good. Santoro, I'm sorry you only have one, you know, apple. Oh, that's like the boy at the beach who gets the sand kicked in his face. That reminds me of the guy at the beach who gets sand kicked in his face right in front of his girlfriend. That was just wrong, Waylon. If that did not just give y'all points, if that did not just give Waylon some serious man points, that was awesome. Waylon, and it's so sad for Santoro. Santoro, you need to hush it up. Oh, Lord. Y'all do know the comic strip I'm talking about. The comic. Hi, baby. You do know the comic I'm talking about, where a guy takes his girlfriend to the beach, and while they're there, a big muscle man comes by and kicks sand in his face. Y'all remember that, right? And then he starts trying to go on the Johnny Atlas workout routine, where he can start beefing up. Y'all do know what you think you're doing. What do you think you're doing? Sheesh. You need to stop that, Waylon. Okay, so fine. Pearl has a little dingleberry. What do you want me to do? Go up and grab it? Want me to go up and grab that dingleberry? Should I? Should I go just grab that dingleberry and pull it right off? I'll do it, but I might get kicked. All right. Last thing I want to talk to you about is our fencing that we're going to get started on very soon. Life is a bit hectic right now, and life is also very hot. So I do have things to do. Hi, beautiful. I love you, sweet girl. The day that Gracie was having her calf, a lot of you guys know that we were interrupted by our McCoy's delivery driver, who brought all of our supplies over here. I have all that I need to get started. I got my fence post, I have my corral board, I have my my cattle panels, and I have my cement. And so you know that what we're gonna do is run as a straight line, a string, and we'll go from this post right here, and we're gonna go straight over there to that round post. And so this section over here will all be used for an addition to Santoro's pasture. Hey, Dan. And then it'll be the same kind of fencing we have over here. And my friends, the beauty of this kind of fencing is bulls cannot fight through it. They can still run up and do all that stuff to each other, but if they cannot touch heads, they cannot put their heads through, they can't fight. And so we're not concerned with any of that. This is a good example of what they can do. They can walk the fence lines, but they can't fight through it. And so that's the beauty of it. Waylon will only need to come up through here when they go to the barn in the afternoons to get water or to eat. And once all of the females are bred, then we won't have bulls fighting anyway. They only fight when there's females that are in heat. Did y'all know that? Yeah, bulls will only fight when there's a reason to fight. And they will not fight unless there's a female in heat. All right, Waylon. All right, that was a good visit to I'm a Survivor. I got the boys dropped off. I got everyone checked up on. All is doing fine. We had a small electrical issue that I worked on. And so we're good as far as that goes. Last thing I'm gonna do is grab our packages, and we'll be heading back to Longhorn Lester's.
Don't let your troubles fester. Come watch Longhorn Lester.
Yeah, something like that.